to get loud. Say it with me. This is Monster Jam.
Raleigh, this is JCB Racing. 8 drivers have been randomly seeded into the bracket, but there's only one winner that can take home the JCB Racing Championship. They're going to be racing against the clock. I need to hear you if you're ready for JCB Racing. Let's get it.
Kicking things off, we got John Zimmer Sr. Uproar. That Monster Jam truck is fired up. He's focused on the race lights on the opposite ends of the arena. The amber lights tell him to stage at the line, and we're ready to go green.
John Zimmer Sr. there, Uproar with a time of 11.5.
11.5 for John Zimmer Sr. Super glued to the action replay up there right now. Cut that corner nice and tight, coming around the turn cone, down the straightaway, hits the brake. Perfect time to cross the finish line right there with an 11.5 flat. That will be the time to beat in the JCB Racing competition. We got one competitor down, 7 to go. Up next, Brianna Mahan, Bailey Circuit. You got a live shot of her actually in the cab, approaching the line and ready to go green.
That's Brianna Mahan with a time of 12.254 in Bailey Circuit.
Super glue to the action replay. Starts off very strong. Goes a little wide on that turn. Makes up for it down the straightaway. But here is where she loses some critical seconds. Swinging that Monster Jam truck out a little too far before crossing the finish line. Once again, that time for Brianna Mahan in Bailey Circuit, a 12.254. Time to beat remains John Zimmer Sr. in Uproar with an 11.5. Approaching the line, we got Cole Vennard, Black Pearl.
With a time of 13.043 for Black Pearl.
Super glue to the action replay of Cole Vennard and Black Pearl. All drivers so far have been able to come around that initial turn without an issue, but right here is where the last 2 drivers have been having some trouble cutting that turn close enough so that they are able to cross the finish line. They're swinging it a little wide, but let's see if it fares the same for our next competitor. Once again, 13.043 is going to be the time for Black Pearl's Cole Vennard. Continuing on with our next competitor, Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. He took the last two JCB racing wins this weekend. Can he go for the third? We're going to have to wait and see how this one plays out.
Weston Anderson with a time of 11.053 for Gravedigger.
Solid race pass from the black and green wrecking machine. You see it up there on that super glue boot to the action replay. Comes down the straightaway, hits the brake, cuts the corner tight before going across the finish line. Now you might notice the gray turn cone has been hit out of bounds. We'll chat about that in just a moment as our next driver is setting up at the line. So we got a new time to beat in 11.053, Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. Now I do want to draw your attention to the gray turn cone. So if a driver hits that, crushes it, moves it out of bounds, it is a 5-second penalty. However, since Weston's truck pushed it out of bounds after he had already crossed the finish line, there will be no penalty, and the official time stands as an 11.053. As we move on to our next competitor at the line, ready to get a little crazy. You know what I'm talking about, Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco.
Fernando Martinez with a time 10.938 for El Toro Loco.
Coming out the gate hot, Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. Super glue to the action replay. The fastest one so far coming around that initial turn cone, and then ultimately because of that, he saved some time and walked away with a 10.938. New time to beat, new time to beat in the JCB racing competition. Continuing on with Jamie Garner, Overboard.
Let's hear it for Jamie Garner with a time of 12.245 in Overboard.
So similar situation to what we saw with Weston Anderson and Gravedigger when he crossed the finish line. That turn cone is in fact crushed, but because he did it after he crossed the finish line, there will be no penalty. The time of 12.245 stands for Jamie Garner in Overboard. We're going to give our tech officials a moment to get our next competitor set at the line. We're going to reset a new turn cone and then get the next race underway. So as you can see up there on the current leaderboard with an amazing time, the best one of the weekend. If you were here during trackside, Jabari and I were kind of talking about the fastest times, and nobody had cracked the 10-plus time. But right now, that can no longer be said because an impressive time of 10.938 is in fact Fernando Martinez in El Toro Loco. Fastest personal time of the weekend and just fastest time of the weekend in general out of all of our competitors. So you can see one of our tech officials putting a brand new turn cone in place so that we can continue on with our final two. And I'm just getting word, actually, that is Rudy down there on the track. And Monster Jam fans, it's his birthday. Can we give a round of applause for Rudy, our amazing tech official? Thank you, Rudy. Continuing on with John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity.
Zimmer Jr. with a time of 11.315 in terminal velocity.
An impressive run from John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. He had a little bit of a different approach than that of Fernando Martinez and El Toro Loco. You can see the super glue glued to the action replay as he was coming around that initial turn. He took it very slow before going down the straightaway, staying nice and tight towards the center of that elevated obstacle before making the final turn. You can see it up there on the leaderboard right now, a time of 11.315 for John Zimmer Jr. terminal velocity. That'll put him currently in third place. Time to beat remains the Crazy Bull, Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco, a 10.938 with one competitor left in the JCB racing competition. Can he take the win? It is Colt Stevens, Thunderoris.
Colt Stevens with a time of 11.415 for Thunderoris.
Which means the winner of the JCB racing competition, the Crazy Bull from Rialto, California, Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. Fernando Martinez and El Toro Loco securing the first 8 points of this afternoon's event, the fastest time of the weekend, impressive 10.938. This is also his first competition win of the weekend. There he is, Monster Jam fans. He's feeling good about that one. Running it out. We're gonna take him, you were no match for the turn cone. Fernando, no match for the turn cone.
Fernando Martinez, everybody, your JCB winner. Oh, wow, man, your first win of the weekend. How did that feel?
Oh, it feels even better when you can take Gravedigger out. And I hate saying that in North Carolina because I know how much you guys love them, but I know I love playing spoilers that much more, man. So we got a long way to go. The next two competitions, though, these fans, Jabari, have a huge task on their hands. They got to judge all of us. And I know you love Gravedigger. He's cool. But we got 7 other trucks out here that are going to fight for your guys' favoritism, your guys' love. And believe me when I say El Toro Loco is coming for that.
Wow, man. You're planning on carrying this momentum into a two-wheel skills challenge. What are your tricks that you have up your sleeve?
I think the one I'll start with first is taking my brain and removing it straight from my skull, because usually when my right foot does the talking, that's when it goes good. But North Carolina, I need y'all to get loud because we're going to get even louder, baby. Let me hear ya.
Fernando Martinez, everybody. El Toro Loco, your JCB racing champion.
Congratulations one more time, Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco, taking the win and earning the first 8 points of the event. You can see it up there on the video board right now, the BKT overall event leaderboard. In second place currently, we got Weston Anderson and Gravedigger only 1 point behind with 7. And then rounding out that top 3, we got John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity with 6 going into the second phase of the competition, which is going to be the two-wheel skills challenge. But before we get to that, I am joined at the desk right now. We got Talon, we got Branson, and we're ready to have some fun. Talon, are you having a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you having fun today at Monster Jam?
Yes.
What do you love most about Monster Jam?
That they do freestyle and they go. Whee.
They do freestyle and they go wee. What about you? You see yourself on the television? Yeah? Raleigh, can everybody say hi, boys? Can you say hi? Look that way. Can you say hi, everyone? Hi, everyone! All right, guys, we are going to play a game called the St. Jude Helmet Shuffle. And Raleigh, you guys are going to help them out, okay? So look what we're going to do. We're going to look at the television right in front of me, okay? And in just a moment, we're going to see 3 helmets pop on up for our St. Jude Children's Research Hospital Helmet Shuffle. We're going to see 1 trophy. The helmets are going to drop, and they're going to scramble around. You got to keep your eye on that trophy. All right, Raleigh, I hope you're paying attention as well, because I'm going to ask you, too. Let's see. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. Keep your eye on it. I lost it. I hope these guys are following. Let's see. They're still going. I'm a little dizzy. Oh, boy. All right. We got 1, 2, or 3. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let you two, they're cousins, by the way. So I'm going to let the 2 cousins talk while I ask the audience, okay? Guys, Raleigh, do we think it's under number 1? Raleigh, what about number 2? Number 3? That one sounds good. All right, did you guys make a decision? You had a decision?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, what is it?
3.
He says 3, let's see if they're right.
I think 3.
Not under number 1, that's a good start. Not under number 2! Which means it's under number 3. You guys are right. That means you're getting to go home with a prize. You want to go home with a prize? Yeah. Do you want to take home this Gravedigger plushie? Yeah. And I know you got your El Toro Loco hat. We're going to give you an El Toro Loco hat. And then I also have another prize for you, all right? Monster Jam fans, give it up for the cousins. They are going home winners at Monster Jam. You want to take home all the prizes?
Yes.
Yes. Congratulations one more time. So coming up next is in fact our 2-wheel skills challenge. Now in this phase of the competition, our drivers have 2 attempts to showcase their biggest and best moves just on 2 or sometimes even 1 BKT tire. Now there's a variety of tricks that they're able to do, but you don't need me to talk about it. Let's hear from the Monster Jam superstars.
Bicycle is where you get the truck on the side 2 tires and you ride it on those 2 tires just like a bicycle.
Monster Jam fans, you know Monster Jam is completely unscripted. That means you, the fans, are going to be scoring in these next 2 competitions. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Everybody take out your cell phone, go to your browsers, and go to judgeszone.com. Judgeszone.com in your cell phone browser. And once you have that, you can also look at the QR code right there and scan that. That will take you there as well. Now, once you get there, you're going to see 3 X's. That's your city code. RAL is your city code. RAL on judgeszone.com. We also have it on the banisters in red. Okay, once you have in RAL, you're going to see the BKT tire, and this is where all the magic happens. Either myself or Christina will let you know when a competition scoring is open. You guys will have 20 seconds to move that BKT tire into the green to score the highest or down into the red to score low. And then we also have an expert judge in the house. Now, when they score, their score is going to make up 50% of the vote. Yours is going to make up another 50%. And then we're going to combine the two and get your average score. You guys got that? Let me hear you say, oh yeah. Let's get it, baby.
Starting things off in the two-wheel skills challenge, making his way onto the track, two-time Arena Series champion, Cole Venard in the Black Pearl. Goes for the popper for attempt number 1. He's got one more attempt remaining. Looks like he's lining up for what might be a reverse popper, where he kicks it onto the back to tires. And there it is. We got one popper, reverse popper for Cole Venard.
Oh, let's hear it for Cole Venard in the Black Pearl. Scoring is now open. 20 seconds. Lock in those scores on judgeszone.com right now.
That's right, Monster Jam fans. You heard Jabari. You got to go to judgeszone.com. The Super Glue Glue to the Action replay is up there as you guys are scoring. You can use that to your advantage so that you're able to be the judges of what you just witnessed. 2 solid attempts from Cole Venard in the Black Pearl. You got a few more seconds to lock in your scores. This will be the score to beat for the rest of the competitors. Excuse me. Let's see. A 5.967 will be the score to beat in the two-wheel skills challenge. Making her way onto the track, a former Rookie of the Year, Brianna Mahan, Bailey Circuit. I was wondering for a moment what she was setting up for, but she was super meticulous with that one for the first attempt. And we got the stoppy balancing on the nose. Puts it into reverse. Goes up the ramp for the moonwalk. Keeps that balancing point on the front BKT tires. Keeps the vertical positioning. All the way through, down the double log stack.
Let's hear it for Brianna Mahan, Bailey Circuit. 20 seconds on the clock. Judgeszone.com and lock in those scores, Raleigh.
Brianna Mahan, Bailey Circuit, pushing the envelope, getting out of her comfort zone, trying new things in that brand new truck. That popper right off of the ramp, she got some momentum. And then that second one just now showcased a lot of control and nice technique as she was going into reverse down the double log stack to land on all 4 BKT tires. There she is, Monster Jam fans. Remember, score to beat is a 5.967. The score for Bailey Circuit is 8.570. We got a new leader and a new score to beat in the two-wheel skills challenge. We got 2 competitors down. Got a lot more Monster Jam-packed action coming your way. That super glue glued to the action replay, though, your reminder of what we just witnessed. So she took her time coming up the ramp, goes into that stoppie. Making his way onto the track right now is our next competitor. We got Jamie Garner overboard. Tough break on that first attack. He was aiming for the reverse hopper on the back BKT tires. Let's see what he has in store, though, for the second attempt in the two-wheel skills challenge. I thought he was going to go for the log stack, but looks like he's making his way back around the track. Could he be kicking it into reverse right now? He's going towards that Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp. Could he be using it to kick up into the nose wheelie? Monster Jam fans, this is a first right now this weekend. He is committed to lining up with that Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp. Will he hit the throttle? Will he go full reverse to kick it up? There he goes! Oh, so close. Tries to put it on the nose.
Let's hear for Jamie Garner in overboard. 20 seconds on the clock. Head to judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores.
You know, Jabari, this was a really interesting play. Super glue glued to the action replay. We don't normally see this in the arena setting where a driver tries to take advantage of the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp in a different way. He does get kudos for the creativity there and just the sheer guts of trying something a little out of the box in the two-wheel skills challenge. So Monster Jam fans, lock in those scores. They're in on the video board right now. A 3.308 for Jamie Garner in overboard. But again, that was gutsy, so we got to give him some kudos for that one, trying to do something a little bit more creative and unique here at Monster Jam. The score to beat, as you can see on the leaderboard in the two-wheel skills challenge, is held on to by Brianna Mahan, Bailey Circuit. Really impressive score of an 8.570, but we got a lot more competition coming your way with 5 more competitors eager to earn the next 8 points of the event. So we're gonna have to see how this one shakes down in the two-wheel skills challenge. Right now, making his way out of the pits into the tunnel and onto the track, celebrating 20 years behind the wheel of a Monster Jam truck, John Zimmer Sr. Uproar. Great popper, solid execution there from John Zimmer Sr. He took advantage of that double log stack, hit the throttle, found the perfect balance with that momentum to keep that Monster Jam truck completely vertical on those front BKT tires for attempt number 1.
Let's hear it for John Zimmer Sr. in Uproar. 20 seconds on the clock. Raleigh, you know what to do. Head to judgeszone.com and lock in those scores.
2 solid attempts from John Zimmer Sr. in Uproar. Nice control with both of those poppers, showcasing some really great technique. And again, more importantly, just that control where he is able to balance a 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck just on the front 2 BKT tires. You can see the overhead shot of the super glue glued to the action replay. Really, really solid technique from one of our veteran drivers here at Monster Jam. The scores are locked in. Let's take it up to the video board for John Zimmer Sr. in Uproar. 8.461, really respectable score on that one. That's going to put him currently in 2nd place in the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. Score to beat remains Bailey Circuit with that 8.570. You can see it up there on the leaderboard. 4 down, 4 to go in the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. Monster Jam fans, your JCB Racing winner has taken to the track Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. Sounds like that Monster Jam truck shut off for a moment. We are waiting to see if he is able to refire and ultimately compete in the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge, because he has not done one of his hits yet. And by the sound of it, we're good to go. To 1 BKT tire, bouncing it at the very edge of that elevated obstacle. Fernando Martinez keeping you guys at the edge of your seat on that one for attempt number 1. Off of the ramp, back down the opposite side, balancing in that vertical position on those front BKT tires. On the nose, kicks it into reverse, does the moonwalk, combination move on the back BKT tires. He is unstoppable right now, Monster Jam fans.
Let's hear for Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. 20 seconds. Judgeszone.com. Let's lock in the score.
Speaking of locking in, lock in those scores, but also focus on the fact that Fernando Martinez is locked in right now. He has taken the momentum from the JCB Racing win into the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. He feels good about that one, Raleigh. Scores are locked in. Score to beat is Bailey Circuit with an 8.570. The score for El Toro Loco is 9.142. New leader, new score to beat. His personal best of the weekend here in the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. His personal best time in the JCB Racing Competition, personal best in the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. Super glue glued to the action replay up there on the video board. We're going to give Fernando Martinez a second to clear the way for our next competitor. Looks like it's telling him to bring it on. A little friendly rivalry between Fernando Martinez and Weston Anderson going on there. He is the 4-time undefeated Arena Series champion, Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. Weston Anderson and Gravedigger with that popper, kicks it in reverse, brings it back down the ramp. He got one attempt remaining. Goes for the popper again, finds the balancing point, brings it back. Slow motion forward. This is where we're going to see him starting to shift the weight of the Monster Jam truck. Now he's on one BKT tire. Cuts it on the side. Tries for that sidewall save.
Make some noise for Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. Judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores. 20 seconds.
You can see what he was going for there. Super glued to the action replay. Finds the balancing point without a problem, brings it forward on the diagonal so that he's able to put the weight on just that one BKT tire. The goal is to then kick it in reverse, put it on the side, and then ultimately what he wanted to do was do what we call a sidewall save, which is ultimately a donut on the side BKT tires. Impressive stuff nonetheless. A 7.843 for Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. Now, Monster Jam fans, before we continue, I do want to just bring to your attention the gray and the red plastic that is around the Lenovo Center. That is what we call our safety holes. They are there for your safety, so please do not breach them at any time or put any clothing or anything over them, or we will have to stop the event. Thank you guys so much.
Monster Jam fans, Jabari here, and I got Malik here, a big Monster Jam fan. We're going to have some fun. We're going to play something called Name That Truck. We're going to slowly unveil a truck on the Monster Jam video board. You have to guess what it is before it runs out. Everybody here is going to help you out. You ready?
Yes.
Let's do it. Shout it out if you think you know what it is. You think you got it? It's green. I see some green. I mean, here's a big hint. It's on the track right now.
Gravedigger.
What is it?
Gravedigger.
He says it's Gravedigger. Is he right? Ooh. You got a Gravedigger truck there, brought to you by Spin Master. Oh yeah, pretty cool. You guys ready for more Monster Jam? Let's get it!
Continuing on with the two-wheel skills challenge, we got John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. right, we're starting to see some similarities between the previous one with Weston and John Zimmer Jr. right here. Looks like he might be trying to take it to the very edge of that Morgan and Morgan backflip ramp. Hits it, flips it, brings it back down. Up the ramp, down the other side, goes into the stoppie, balances it on the nose, walks it back into the moonwalk, back down, inching it forward a little bit. Is he gonna go full throttle into reverse? Yes, he is, back up the ramp, great control. Shifting the weight, balances on that one right BKT tire. Back to center. This is a master class in control. And back down onto the nose. Combination after combination right now. This all counts as one run.
Let's hear for John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores.
Monster Jam fans, you gotta let us know what you thought of that one. He was looking at the dirt more than anything else that entire run because he was balanced in that vertical position time and time again, taking advantage of those combination moves. Super glued to the action replay is up there right now. Super impressive and technical stuff from John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. There is a reason why he was a previous Rookie of the Year. There is a reason why he won his series this year, and you just saw it in practice. Score to beat right now remains El Toro Loco, 9.142. The score for Terminal Velocity is a 9.168. We got a new leader and a new score to beat. Making his way onto the track, he brings the thunder. You guys need to roar. It's Colt Stevens, Thunder Roarus. Monster Jam fans, take a look at that video board right now. His beautiful new twins are cheering him on from home with that amazing sign. He is the proud dad of 2 young little ones right now. Give it up one more time for Colt Stevens, Thunderosaurus.
Head to judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores for the new daddy.
I like that one, Jabari. That one was good.
Thanks.
Couple more seconds, make your voices heard at Monster Jam with that popper for the second attempt on the elevated obstacle. Scores are locked in, so let's take it up to the video board right now for Colt Stevens and Thunderosaurus. A 6.177, so 6th place for Colt Stevens and Thunderosaurus, but that means the winner of the 2-wheel skills challenge is John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity, walking away with the next 8 points of this afternoon's event. His precision, his technique is unmatched, and we witnessed it on full display. We gotta hear from him on that one because we saw countless combination moves, especially with that second attempt. It was non-stop Monster Jam-packed action, and now he is walking away with the next 8 points of the night going into the final competition, which of course is going to be Monster Jam of freestyle. So let's take a moment down with Jabari on the track to hear from our winner.
John Zimmer Jr., everybody, your 2-wheel skills challenge winner. Wow. You're very close to taking home that overall BKT champion. How did that feel?
Hey, that feels pretty good. It's awesome to have no hood on my truck. I just let that thing get past vertical. I can get real flirty with disasters, so to speak. But, man, it was sick. I can hear you fans screaming. I'm taking these points, taking 8 of them, adding it to my score. Man, hopefully I can stay on top going into freestyle.
You were on those BKT tires for a very long time. Very, very impressive. How you feeling for now freestyle? Are you about to go nuts?
Oh, absolutely. Freestyle, that's the name of the game. You got to go nuts. We got 60 seconds to come out here, attack this track any way we see fit. These trucks are going to get wild. You're going to see some crazy crashes, some saves. You never know what you're going to see here at Monster Jam. We're halfway through, guys. We got more coming at you.
John Zimmer Jr., everybody. Terminal Velocity, your 2-wheel skills champion.
All right, Raleigh. Welcome back to the second half of Monster Jam. We talked about this before, and here they are, the stars of freestyle protocol. They have taken to the track, they're going to take to the side in just a moment. But Jabari, it's a little too quiet in here for my life. We got to get the pumps up.
I agree. You guys ready for Intermission? Get wild!
Somebody come and save me from this.
4 FMX riders here individually going to perform our FMX Best Trick competition. First up, AJ Roseville, all the way from Chicago. Let's hear from Frankie Lettieri from New Jersey. Next up, Greg Duffy. Wow. Coming up, his home state right here, North Carolina, Josh Eckler. Here he comes again, AJ, starting this round. Woo! Frankie Lettieri, ex-pro supercross motocross racer right there. Coming up, the only person in the world to land a double front flip on the dirt bike, that's Greg Duffy.
Lining up again, Josh Hector. Raleigh here. Round of applause, these guys are rolling in. Come on, Raleigh, make some noise. One more time, these guys are lining up AJ Rose Grill again. Frankie Lettieri. Greg Duffy. And finally, Josh Hector. Wow, round of applause for FMX Superstars.
Well, you know what time it is? Time for FMX Best Trick Competition. Each rider will have one attempt to do their best stunt while in mid-air. Now it is up to you here in Raleigh to go to judgeszone.com after each stunt to lock in those scores, and we will see who will come out on top for our FMX Best Competition. You ready, Raleigh? Let's get it.
Keep the energy going. Our first competitor, AJ Roseborough. Hailing from Chicago, Illinois, he's been competing for an impressive 25 years. That means he's been riding that bike for 25 years. Not only nationally, but Monster fans, he's also competed and rode internationally in China for a year. We got all taste of the action. Check out Wheelie as he comes around. Makes his way to the rail. He's going to finish for his other competitors in the FMX Big Trick Competition.
AJ Rose Grill, everybody. Scoring is now open. Head to judgeszone.com. Lock in those scores for AJ.
Starting things off fun with the backflip. Let's see if we can get that super glue boot to the action replay. He actually waved as he was upside down. Cool way to start off the FMX Best Trick Competition. Scores are locked in. Let's take it up to the video board. Let's see what you guys thought. A 7.669, so that's going to be the score to beat in the FMX Best Trick Competition. Continuing on, from Brick, New Jersey, we got Frankie Lettieri. Frankie was actually an ex-pro supercross motocross racer before joining us here at Monster Jam. He's traveled throughout the United States, competing and soaring through the air. Excited to be here with each and every one of you in Raleigh, and eager to take the top spot on the leaderboard. But remember, Monster Jam fans, you guys are the judges. So have judgeszone.com open for our second competitor.
Let's hear it for Frankie Lettieri. What did you think, judgeszone.com? Let's lock in those scores.
We got the tail whip, courtesy of Frankie Lettieri. Super glue boot to the action replay coming up, so you can see that overhead shot. He moves the bike almost completely to the side before bringing it back to center and landing on that FMX safety bag. So super cool stuff. Score to beat is a 7.649. The score for Frankie Lettieri is 7.477, so that's going to put him currently in second place in the FMX Best Trick Competition. Continuing on with our third competitor, one of our veteran riders here at Monster Jam, it is Greg Duffy. Greg Duffy used to actually race professional motocross, so similar to that of Frankie Lettieri. You might have heard my friend Jabari talk about this before, but he is the only person in the world to land a double front flip on a dirt bike. So he is truly an amazing professional at his craft. and the only person in the world to do that.
Let's hear it for Greg Duffy. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com.
We got the backflip heel clicker on that one. So a variation on the backflip. You can see it coming up on that super glue to the action replay. He does the backflip, brings his legs forward to the front of the bike, clicks his heels together, all while still upside down. And then once he finishes the rotation, he lands on the safety bag. What do you guys think? Scores are locked in. Let's take it up to the video board for Greg Duffy.
This is like what they do on Showtime at the Apollo.
There it is. It worked, Jabari. Look at 8.921. We got a new leader and a new score to beat. But we got one more competitor remaining. From right here in North Carolina, it's Josh Hetford. We're going to see how this one plays out. He's been riding professionally for 20 years, and he's been represented in his home state all weekend long.
Wow, Josh Hetford right there. Judgeszone.com, locking those scores.
I held my breath on that one, guys. That was impressive. And kind of made your heart skip a beat a little bit. Take a look at the super glue to the action replay, a variation on that backflip. His body is kind of elevated from the bike before ultimately contracting and finishing the rotation and coming back down. Let's see what you guys thought. The score for Josh Hetford is 9.043. The winner of the FMX Best Trick Competition for the third and final time this weekend, from North Carolina, Josh Hetford.
It's not over yet, Raleigh. These guys here are about to do something called the Monster Jam Train. This is how it works. These guys are going to line up back to back to back and do a fly in the air without stopping, one right after the other. But hold on, they need to hear you get as loud as you can for the Monster Jam Train. If you're ready, everybody go! Choo-choo! Yeah! Here they go. Wow, the Monster Jam Train. But hold on. I don't think they're quite done. I think they want to do this one more time. Let's hear it if you're ready for the Monster Jam Train. Choo-choo! Yeah! Lining up, getting ready. Wow. All right. I don't think they're done yet. I think they still got a little bit more energy. Raleigh, you got more energy for another one? I need you to say it loud as you can. One more time. One more time. A little bit louder. Yeah. Everybody go. Choo-choo. Wow, round of applause for all of our FMX riders. AJ Rosebrill, Frankie Lettieri, Greg Duffy, Josh Hetford. Heading on over right now is our FMS Best Trick Competition winner for the second time this weekend, Josh Hedford. Wow. The guy, by the way, does not like roller coasters. What was that trick called that you did just then?
Oh, I was going for a cliffhanger flip, and you just kind of hang on by your feet on the handlebars and let go and get back on, hopefully. So, yeah, I haven't even tried that in like years and years and years. So, glad it worked out.
What's one of the hardest tricks to do out here, you think?
Probably that one, yeah, next to like complete let go upside down tricks and double flips, but that requires a whole different ramp setup. And we're working with a tight arena and trying to throw the biggest show we can for you guys. So, you guys having a good time?
Let's give it up, everybody, for your FMX Best Trick Competition winner, Josh Hedford. Before I get out of here, before this is over, I need to hear everybody in this place. If you're ready for more Monster Jam, let me hear you go crazy! Come on! Let's get it! We have reached the pinnacle of today's event, the legendary competition of Monster Jam Raleigh. This is Monster Jam. Let's get it. Make some noise for Cole Bernard in Black Pearl. Scoring is open. Check out those cell phones, your browser, judgeszone.com. You can also scan this QR code. Lock in those scores now.
An aggressive way to start off the freestyle competition. That super glued to the action replay. Right there, goes into the sky railing, lands it on the back BKT tires. Exciting, aggressive, solid way to kick off Monster Jam Freestyle. Scores are locked in at judgeszone.com. Let's focus our attention up there on the video board for Cole Bernard Black Pearl, a 6.947. So that will be the score to beat in Monster Jam Freestyle. He was your 2025 St. Jude Ambassador of the Year, Jamie Garner, Overboard.
Garner in overboard. JudgesZone.com. Let's lock in those scores. 20 seconds.
All right, Monster Jam fans, now is your time to compare the freestyles that you have witnessed so far. Remember, the score to beat is Black Pearl with a 6.947. The Super Glue Glued to the Action replay is up there as your reminder, as you're comparing and as you're scoring at JudgesZone.com. Get those scores locked in. The overhead shot just right there of the Sky Wheelie. Perfect vertical positioning on that one. Scores are locked in. Let's take it up to the video board for Jamie Garner in overboard. A 7.187. We got a new leader, a new score to beat in Monster Jam Freestyle. 2 drivers have competed. We got 6 more to go in Monster Jam Freestyle. Now remember, up at the top of the BKT overall event leaderboard right now, you have Fernando Martinez and El Toro Loco with 15 points. 1 point behind, though, is John Zimmer Jr. Terminal Velocity with 14 points. So again, I'm talking about overall points for the championship. Both of these drivers are super eager to walk away with not only a freestyle win, but also, as I said, the BKT Overall Event Championship win. I do want to take this opportunity one more time just to remind you guys of our fundraising efforts with St. Jude Children's Research Hospitals. Remember, I talked about it a little bit earlier, but you guys can get in and join us on this incredible fight. All you got to do is scan the QR code that's going to pop up right there in just a moment. There it is. Scan the QR code, and then you get to make your donation on behalf of your favorite Monster Jam driver, okay? So you can see the leaderboard right here. Those donations right now, Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco is in the lead with 30% of the donations, but we're not going to crown a winner just yet, so keep those donations going. Jumping into the competition once again, making his way onto the track, a former Technician of the Year. We got John Zimmer Sr., Uproar.
Let's hear for John Zimmer Sr. in Uproar. Scoring is open. Head to JudgesZone.com. Lock in those scores.
Let us know what you guys thought of that one. John Zimmer Sr. in Uproar. He took every advantage that he could of all of the different obstacles down there on the track. Remember, we got our Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp. We got our double log stack. We got built-in tires on the opposite side of the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp. So these drivers are really able to take advantage of the different elements that are down there on the track for their freestyle run. Getting where now the scores are locked in for Uproar, a 7.157. So that's going to put him currently in second place in the Monster Jam Freestyle competition.
What is happening, Monster Jam fans? In section 119 with my friend Xavier. Check out this picture that he brought to me earlier. This was us last year. And I was like, dude, I got to get you on the big screen. So we're going to play a little trivia game. You ready, Xavier?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's see who we have.
Fans, it's Weston Anderson here, and it's time for some Monster Jam trivia. Who are the names of the tombstones on the side of my graveyard truck? Is it A, my friends? B, the trucks say Great is taking down the competition? C, my favorite snacks? Or D, the drivers who have driven Great? If you know the answer, I want you to shout it out.
Xavier was really confident. He already knew this. What is it?
The second one.
You said B.
Yes.
He told me B. I promise he did. So is he right?
If you guess B, you got the right answer.
Hey, Xavier.
Time for the Monster Jam.
You did it. You know what? I got something for you and your mom. I have a $50 gift certificate for you guys to go to Texas Roadhouse Steakhouse and enjoy. Mama, check out the rolls and the bread. So delicious. Hey, if you guys want some free Texas Roadhouse, Christina has more.
That's right, Monster Jam fans. All you got to do is see that big QR code up there on the video board. Take out your smartphones. I know you got them in your hands already. Scan that QR code and get a free appetizer courtesy of our friends at Texas Roadhouse. And what better way to end an afternoon of Monster Jam than going straight to Texas Roadhouse right after this? Get yourself a hearty meal, some great steak, and of course, you can tell them, hey, I was just at the Monster Jam event. I got to get my free appetizer. So enjoy it right there on the video board. Again, scan that QR code and head on over to our friends at Texas Roadhouse. Continuing on with a Monster Jam freestyle with our next competitor. Here in his 9th season of Monster Jam, the 2025 Save of the Year Award winner, making his way onto the track, Colt Stevens, Thunder Roaris. Colt Stevens, about 29 seconds remaining on that clock. Nice sky wheelie lands on the back two BKT tires, gets that bounce. Ten seconds remaining. He's lining up with the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp with 3 seconds on the clock.
Wow. Let's hear it for Colt Stevens, Thunder Roaris. That incredible move right there. Let us know what you think, judgeszone.com. You got 20 seconds.
A solid attempt at that Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp from Colt Stevens in Thunder Roaris. Super glued to the action replay up there right now. He got some solid jumps throughout it, as well as a nice sky wheelie. Here's the overhead shot. It starts off, and then right at the end, you can see the rotation happen. Initially, when he did hit the backflip ramp, he was completely in line with it. And towards the end, the very, very end of the rotation, you started seeing it almost go into a corkscrew. Let's see how this all translates into scores for Colt Stevens in Thunder Roaris. At 8.605, we got a new leader and a new score to beat. Monster Jam fans, take a look at that leaderboard right now. 8.605 is the new score to beat, held by Colt Stevens in Thunder Roaris. 4 competitors down, 4 to go in Monster Jam freestyle. You can see our next competitor making his way onto the track, eager to compete and hopefully seal his fate as far as the BKT Overall Event Championship goes, but remember, we got a lot more competitors eager to take the win.
Monster Jam fans in section 118. I have a row of fans right here. All you guys together?
Yes, tonight.
Yes, tonight, she said. I don't know how babies sleep during Monster Jam. I only wish I could get this kind of a good sleep. You know what I mean?
I do.
We're going to have a little fun. We're going to play something called Finish the Lyric. This is how it works. We're going to start playing a song. We're going to cut it off. You got to finish the lyric. I think you should know this one, okay? Let's do it, DJ. Wait, you don't know it?
She got me.
Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door.
Yeah! Somebody give this woman an album. Okay? Okay, I got something for you for being so brave. Oh, the Sparkle Smash hat. Yeah, you deserve it. Thank you so much for playing. Finish the lyric. That was incredible. You guys ready for more Monster Jam? Come on, Raleigh! Yeah!
Incredible indeed. We're going to continue on with the action with John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity.
Let's hear it for John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity.
I don't know, Jabari, you got the very tail end of that second to go into the stoppie.
Wow, judgeszone.com, let's lock in those scores.
That was a full throttle freestyle from John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. I told you guys this earlier. He is in contention for the BKT Overall Event Championship win. You see that wheelie on the back two BKT tires right there on the super glue, glued to the action replay. Got some nice air throughout that freestyle run. He is in it to win it right now based on that freestyle run. Again, he did not let up, and even down to the very, very end, goes for that popper off of the ramp. Scores are locked in. Remember, score to beat right now is Thunder Roarus at 8.605. The score for Terminal Velocity is 8.327. Solid score, second place currently. Keep your attention on that video board right now for our next competitor. control from the air into the stoppie. A little flare with the smoke from the bull.
Let's hear it for Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. Locking those scores, judgeszone.com, Raleigh. You have 20 seconds.
I heard a lot of oohs and ahs on that one as he was soaring through the air. He got some solid hits throughout, some great height throughout the arena. What'd you guys think? Lock in those scores at judgeszone.com for Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. Let's take it up to the video board and see what you guys thought. .824. We got a new leader, new score to beat. He's thanking you guys for that one. Super glue to the action replay coming up there on the video board again. Some of those nice hits. Got some great height, and then at the very, very end, he goes right from the air into the stoppie. Cool stuff from Fernando Martinez. Raleigh, you know what that means. Are you ready for Grave Digger? Can he save it?
Let's hear for Weston Anderson, everybody. Grave Digger. 20 seconds, lock in those scores right now. judgeszone.com.
Let us know what you guys thought of that one. Super glue to the action replay right there. He got some epic air throughout that. He did leave 24 seconds though on the clock. He was trying to find his footing at the very end to get back on all four BKT tires. You can see this is the moment. Right, it looked like he might have been able to save it. A 7.422, so that's going to put him in fourth place currently for Monster Jam Freestyle. But I'm getting word right now from our Monster Jam officials that Weston Anderson in Grave Digger has raised the most money on behalf of St. Jude Children's Research Hospitals and is our official St. Jude ambassador of the night with 34% of the donation. So let's give him a huge round of applause and thank each and every one of you for your generosity to St. Jude Children's Research Hospitals. Quick reminder of where all of our drivers stand as the final truck is on the track. So in the lead currently, Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco, 8.824. That is the score to beat currently. You can see the top three. Those scores are pretty close. You got 8.605 Colt Stevens, Thunder Roars, 8.327 John Zimmer Jr. Terminal Velocity. I mentioned this earlier, but Terminal Velocity and El Toro Loco have been in contention for the BKT overall event championship. Again, we got one more competitor remaining down there on the track right now. This weekend was the world premiere of Bailey Circuit, driven by the one, the only, Brianna Mahan.
everybody, Bailey Circuit. Scoring is open. Let's lock in those scores. JudgesZone.com.
That's right, Monster Jam fans. Our final competitor in Monster Jam Freestyle, Bailey Circuit's Brianna Mahan. Super glued to the action replay. Your reminder right there. A fun sky wheelie where she actually lands on one BKT tire before continuing on with that freestyle run. It's been a great premiere weekend for Bailey Circuit. There she is, Monster Jam fans. Show us some love. Lock in those scores at JudgesZone.com. Let's keep our attention up there on the video board for Brianna Mahan, Bailey Circuit. An 8.291, so fourth place in Monster Jam Freestyle. But that means the winner of Monster Jam Freestyle is the Crazy Bull, Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. Now that's 8 more points, added to his total score in pursuit of the BKT Overall Event Championship win. But we got to add them all up, all right? We got 8 in the JCB Racing Competition, 7 in the Two Wheel Skills Challenge, 8 in Monster Jam Freestyle, for a total of 23 points. Your BKT Overall Event Champion is, from Rialto, California, the Crazy Bull takes the win. Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco.
Fernando Martinez, everybody, your overall event champion. Was this thing hard to earn tonight, or was it pretty smooth?
Yeah, man, it was awesome, dude. From the beginning I woke up today, I knew today was going to be a good day. Raleigh has treated me so good all weekend long, and it's my first time here, dude, so I want to give a big thank you to every single person in these stands for welcoming me with open arms. Thank you so much.
Wow. Tell us the next city you're hitting up, and you're getting your mindset ready now, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, man, no, I'm going to take a nice cold shower, lay in my bed, and just relax for a little bit, but then we're on to Orlando, baby. Hopefully I see you guys there. If not, you can catch us on YouTube. From me, my team, El Toro Loco, a todos mis latinos están aquí. I love you guys. I'll be back soon. Don't you worry about that.
Fernando Martinez, everybody, El Toro Loco, your overall event champion.
Well, Raleigh, that will do it. 3 amazing events here at the Lenovo Center, and we could not have asked for a better weekend here with each and every one of you. Your BKT Overall Event Champion, of course, Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. Yesterday, your BKT Overall Event Champions were Weston Anderson and Gravedigger, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity, and on top of all of that, we have the premiere of Bailey Circuit with Brianna Mahan behind the wheel. It has certainly been a memorable weekend of Monster Jam, and we want to thank each and every one of you for joining us, and truly hope that you guys had as much fun as we did. On behalf of Jabari Thomas down there on the track, I'm Christina Moore, and from all of us here at Feld Entertainment, Raleigh, that was Monster Jam! Thank you, everyone. Have an awesome night and get home safely.